Alrighty. Yeah, again, my name's Chad Savior. I'm currently a firefighter with the Los Santos Fire Department. I've got FTO certification, and we're looking to hire as many EMS as firefighters as we can. Um, that doesn't mean that we'll take just any applicant. So that's what these interviews are for. I'm here to see if you're kind of capable and willing to do the job and follow some of the SOPs that we have in place. Let's start right at the top. Could you give me introduce yourself and give me a rundown of where you hail from, where you grew up from, and we'll start there.
So when I was 7, it was Thanksgiving, and while the turkey was cooking, it caught on fire, and so my mother didn't know what to do, so she put water on a grease fire,
Oh
and
God.
it erupted into a fireball, and so I was trapped, and I had to jump out the window, but I was left scarred by the incident. And
I
ever
see
since
that.
then, I wanted to be a firefighter
Really?
and to
Okay.
teach public safety, so that never happens to anyone again.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because if she put like a fire extinguisher or even like just a blanket to smother the oxygen, my face wouldn't look like this.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had the disfiguration. Yeah, I mean that's a compelling reason to join the fire department is teaching the public about fire safety. We definitely make that one of our prime goals. Just to be clear here, a lot of what we do is our day to day is mostly EMS work. Um,
562 to Morgan.
Let me turn my
So,
radio off real
Can you
fast.
flick your sirens and lights on and off, please?
Alrighty. And I'll just take my hat off too. Yeah. So here, let me pull out my notes and note down that answer you gave. Alrighty. Um, so most of our day to day is actually helping people with medical injuries. So we're tasked with fighting fires, search and rescue, and emergency medical services. So uh, our typical day is about 90% emergency medical services, 9% search and rescue, and about 1% fighting fires. Um, are you? Is that okay with you? Does that? I don't want to present the job as if you're going to be fighting fires all day, but
I understand. I know what a job is like requires.
gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, so tell me about yourself now. What's your previous job history? Do you have any firefighting experience or paramedic
Um,
experience?
no prior experience, but I have been a drop bus driver for since I moved in like a week or two ago. So,
Excuse me, did you
so
say drunk bus driver?
no, the regular bus driver, just normal sober bus driver, just to get like a lay of the land for the city
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay,
and a
yeah.
little bit of the Blaine County.
No, excellent. That's good. We do. We are all over the city, and knowing the fastest routes and how not to get tangled up and stuff is a big deal. We're typically responding to people all the way from the docks all the way back up to Polito and stabilizing everyone we can and getting them to the nearest hospital that we can. Um, so, why did you come to Los Santos, or what was your previous job before you were a bus driver?
And just do odds and ends as a handyman in Liberty City, but it's kind of chaos over there right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I just had to get away. So
I hear you. I hear you.
so
My
I heard a new opportunity out here.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, Los Santos does present some opportunities, especially if your dream is to be an EMS. So that's perfect. Have you ever had a job where you had a boss that you reported to?
Not really.
Okay.
Bus drivers, you kind of just do your route, and then anything man, just do what the customer says.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, but you say you work pretty well with people, and
Yes.
have you ever had any conflicts with any of the customers on the bus? And how did you handle them?
Um, Not really. Um, they paid on time, and I think the work came out fine. I just a little odd and then help like old ladies with like a fix a door or tighten up like a sink or something.
Okay. Okay.
Stuff like
Fixing
this.
leaky sinks.
Just odd and then just to pay the bills.
No, definitely, definitely. Before I was a firefighter, I worked in a factory, and yeah, it just wasn't my calling. I guess I learned some things from it, but it was very different from this.
And then one of the first days I was here, I was kidnapped at gunpoint.
Oh,
But
really?
yes, but I was training. I was teaching the robbers that they had they had weapons like handguns,
Mm.
and they were not wearing the proper hearing protection.
Oh,
So I
really?
told them that yeah, like you gotta protect your ears because you can't get that back.
That
So
that is a big deal. Yeah, I mean, antinitis is a big problem later on in life. Uh,
yes,
it accumulates. You're totally correct. Um,
and that's about it.
I got you. I got you. Let me look through here.
Are there any water-based situations we encounter, or is that more like a police matter?
So normally with water rescues, the police are typically on scene. Um, we did have a large fishing and hunting community in the city, which would end or could end in some boating or hunting accidents with people in the water and in some of our waterways, um, or in the ocean in some of our waterways. Currently, we do not have a marine rescue vehicle. Um, we do have diving tanks, and we will be doing some training on that, but currently no one in the department is currently certified. However, if you do want to get certified on that, you have every every recommendation or full support from me to get certified in dive gear usage and marine rescue. Um, in terms of infrastructure for it, we're still building it out, so we'll have to talk about that moving forward. Maybe it's a project you could take on for the department if you want to. Let's see here. I guess we'll go with another general life question, then we'll move to some more on the job questions. Tell me, where do you see yourself in a month?
In the month, I hope to be working for you, uh, part of medical situations, like you said, is majority or any other matter that requires our expertise. And I just hope to learn from the best, so I can be the best.
Excellent answer. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Um, well, my dream is to be the fire marshal for the city. I could teach the entire city fire safety and make sure buildings are up to code. And that's about it.
Gotcha, gotcha. Let me just note that down real fast. Alrighty. One moment, and I'm gonna switch pages here. Alrighty. Now some of these next questions are going to be kind of personality questions, just to assess, if you're an individual that can kind of handle the stress of the job. There are no wrong answers for any of these questions, and really there aren't any right answers. So just answer them honestly and let me know. Try and give me an accurate picture of who you are. Um, First question is, what would you say is your greatest weakness?
Um, my physical appearance is obviously the weakest part of me because people see me and they think I am some kind of psychopath.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Um,
that's number uno.
what would you say, personality-wise, character-wise, though?
Um, I don't know. I would say socially awkward, I guess, which may make encounters weird. On top of the physical appearance.
All right. All right. Sounds like you can have some compounding issues in social situations. That's fine. Let me move on to the next one here. What would you say is your greatest personal failure?
Um, Not jumping out of that window sooner when I was a kid, and also maybe not. I should have joined the Liberty City Fire Department at Silver High School, but um, I don't know. Money was weird at the time, so it did handy work, and then that city's in like is like old and had a date, so I had to move here, more modern city, new
Gotcha.
opportunities.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Um, in your handiwork and even being a bus driver, um, what was your most satisfied moment in those jobs?
Um, just helping people when they needed my help, like for the lady, um, someone broke into her house, so I fixed the door and made it more secure. I added deadbolts to it, so they couldn't break in as easily. So she was very happy. And just when I was bus driver, just getting people where they need to go on time, so they weren't late
Yeah. Yeah.
and safely too, and safely with.
Oh,
Most important.
no, that's definitely a thing. You know, some people joke that we're just highly paid Uber drivers. That's funny. Um, I guess you didn't really have coworkers. We kind of talked about any conflicts you might have had with customers. Tell
Other
me.
than like maybe like another bus, that's about it. And
Well,
I never had an issue.
okay, I was gonna say, like, did you ever have any? The questions here, like, can you describe a time where you didn't get along with a coworker and how you handled it? But it sounds like you probably didn't have any conflicts with other bus drivers.
No, no, not at all.
Okay. Um. All right. This is another super general question. Answer it any way you want. Um. And there is no wrong answer. Tell me what motivates you.
Well, my goal is to work for the LSFD and to teach the citizens and anyone else fire safety or any kind of safety in general when it comes to vehicles or just like even dangers around the house or just in the world. So nothing bad happens to them. And if they do end up in a situation, to come to the assistance and help them any way I can.
Got it. Got it. So you want to help people, keep people safe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Checks out for me. How would your friends describe you?
Friends? I don't really have any friends.
Family members?
Um, my mother passed away several years after the fire
Oh, really?
from um, from leukemia from the smoking, and my father has never been around.
Rough. Rough. Yeah. Sounds like you're kind of a loner. All right. Well, you know,
Yeah,
um, the Los Santos Fire Department is a family. We try and take everybody in, and I try to make friends with everybody and work with everybody as much as possible throughout my shifts. I hope that one of the things that you try to do is kind of get to know a lot of the other EMS and firefighters as you know kind of get trained and go through the steps to become a fully fledged firefighter. And you know, keep in mind that everybody comes from different walks of life. If you do ever have an issue with anybody, or you're struggling with a social situation, I would press you to contact me. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Okay? Are you comfortable with that?
yes. And how should I address you, sir? Like
Uh,
simply sir or Mr.
um,
Savior,
I
firefighter?
uh, so I'm a little bit elitist whenever it comes to the fire department. Within the fire department, I'd prefer you to call me Chad. When we're around police officers, I prefer to be called firefighter savior. Just because I think that the fire department is a little bit, it's just a little bit cooler than the police department, to be honest. Um,
Yes,
eh,
of course.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, we're just,
There's no one protesting against the fire department.
yeah, there's no one stealing, you know, fire department equipment or doing anything like that. Um, and setting our vehicles on fire. We're pretty well loved
Yes.
within the community. So it's
Actually, heard about there was a stolen police car last night that
oh
was
really?
blown up at the lighthouse. I heard about it on the news.
Oh really? I haven't heard about that one yet. I literally just woke up. Um, yeah. Well, and I think we had some. I think we had some drama a little bit earlier, but I think it was a mistaken identity situation. It'd be the first time that an EMS, since I've been in the department, has been shot. So we did have two firefighters that were actually shot in an alleyway earlier today. But
Did
from
they
all
catch
the
him?
from all of the evidence, it seems like it was a mistaken identity. No, they have not caught them yet.
Are they okay?
Yeah, yeah. Both individuals were shot in the legs, and they actually did receive medical treatment very very quickly because there was an officer within 200 yards of them. So the officer came and stabilized them, but I believe something happened. They didn't catch the guy who did it. So um, it's a weird situation and something we're still kind of dealing with. Maybe we'll know more about that or something. But typically, people pretty much love us, and we try and maintain that rapport with the public. Um, as I'm not sure if you knew this, but there's a little bit of culture in the city. There wasn't a fire department, um, like a month and a half ago, and I heard the call that they were opening the fire department. So I was one of the first people to become a firefighter in the fire department whenever it was started. And before that, people basically would just lay bleeding on the ground for hours and hours. So most people still appreciate us pretty well. We're not taken as a mechanic yet, and we do have some standards on treatment and how we're treated. So there's some discretion there on if anyone does mistreat a firefighter or EMS, they are, um, you know, treatment is completely up to the EMS on duty, whether or not they want to treat someone. But yeah,
Okay. But
yeah,
if anybody's in trouble, even if they kidnap me or whatever, I'll just do what needs to be done to assist them, and
excellent,
hopefully
excellent.
to change their ways.
Yeah, it's kind of like killing them with kindness. Is It's the same tactic
Exactly.
I take. Yeah, and it tends to work because we we aren't on anyone's side. We're not on the police's side. We're not on the gang side. We're not on the drug dealer side. We're not on the civilian side. We're here to help everyone. So,
Of course. Of course.
yeah, yeah. So, and there are some things when you go through training. We did just have a few questions about privacy with medical records and whether or not the police can ask us to provide medical records. We do not do that at all. Any request you get from police for evidence should go that's related to medical treatment should go through the hospital. Um, a
Okay.
s if you were on scene and were a witness to a crime or have a description of a suspect, because we do tend to, if there's some type of police activity, we do tend to stage near it to provide the quickest response possible. And if we do see something, we'll report that. Um, but in terms of medical care specifically, that you want to redirect those inquiries to the hospital. Um, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's kind of a line between before there was a fire department and a hospital and they were joined, so all of the EMS were signed on to the hospital. So it's very easy for EMS to just say, all right, contact the director of medicine, everything's fine. Now it's a little bit separated, so we will support the police in whatever we can do, but we must protect the privacy and the working relationship that we have with the public. So, yeah, would you consider yourself a team player?
Yes. Well, I'm not very socially, I guess, how would you say it? Strong, but I'll do what needs to be done to make sure the fire department runs smoothly and people get the help they need, and to also teach public safety the best I can. If I need to work with others, I will do whatever it takes.
Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. Yeah, so let me give you a hypothetical situation real fast. Let's say we accept you as a firefighter. and you see another firefighter or EMS on duty, um, wearing the incorrect uniform. Let's say that they're wearing shorts instead of long pants, something like that. Um, how would you approach them? Would you approach them? Just give me an idea of. There's no wrong answer here. Just give me an idea of how do you respond. Let's say you're a probationary firefighter, you've been through training, and you understand the SOPs at that point.
So, I would ask him if they, maybe they're planning on they going off duty, or if they to make an errand or something. And if they are on duty, I will tell them that it's not safe to wear casual clothing, because in case we do get an important call like a fire where it requires safety gear, I don't want to see my fellow coworker um, come injured. So then that would be maybe another person I would have to treat unseen and on top of any civilians on that call.
Definitely, definitely. That's a great answer. Let's say they tell you they're going on duty and they want to wear shorts. How do you respond then?
Well, I wouldn't insist on wearing the proper gear that is required of us. And if they continue to refuse, I will talk to a superior. Um, so just to remind them what is required of us.
That
So I
is
don't.
that that is perfect. That is perfect. So, you're going to, give advice, ask if they're, going off duty or something, see the situation, and if you believe they're breaking the rules, you're going to, take it to chain of command. And you can even, there's been times where we've even had internal discussions about, we're currently undergoing internal discussions about attire, and everybody has different opinions and ideas, and we're all discussing it right now. So I'm not saying you'll encounter that, but I just wanted to get an idea of how you would react to a situation where you see someone breaking the rules. um, we're typically pretty flexible department generally. I I personally want us to have a uniform code in place to where everybody's wearing the same thing, regardless of taste. But we will have something laid out. I think we're gonna get some better clothes in. I actually hate this color of shirt. It looks like a cop shirt.
A little bit. It does. It does.
For sure. Um, and tell me tell me what are your leadership qualities? Again, an open-ended question, no wrong answers.
Well, I've never really been in the situation to lead others, so I haven't been tested in that regard yet. But I feel like if the situation calls for it, I'll do whatever I can to improve the situation and make sure it's resolved as best as required.
Okay, okay, yeah, and that's a fine answer. You haven't been experienced in it, and being a part of the fire department, you'll be put in situations where there might be 5 officers on scene, or 2 officers on scene, and 3 officers down, and 5 down individuals. We'll go through and train you on how to deal with those situations. When you arrive on a scene like that, you do need to assert, like, hey, you do this, you do this. We need to do the situation this way. The training is pretty clear about it, and people are typically pretty compliant whenever an EMS gets on scene. Um, there's a whole procedure that you go through, but it's all really logical, common sense. You're going to treat the most critical patients first and stabilize them. You're going to try and get the officers to help you assess patients for who's in the most critical condition, relay the information back to you, stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward, and you get, once you do it 2 or 3 times, it will be just you'll operate on instinct. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think that's most of the major questions. Let's look at this. Yeah, so what does your availability look like? How often should we expect you to be in the city or awake on duty?
Um, Usually available on weekdays, afternoons, um, Eastern time, and evenings.
Okay.
And weekends are mostly free, but it could change uh, pretty frequently. Depends on what happens. And
Definitely.
if you need me on duty, you can always email me,
For sure. For sure.
and I
One
could.
second. Let me take this phone call 1 second. I hate to interrupt. It's hello?
I
Hello?
do what you gotta do.
Yes? Sazid? This is Chad.
Chad?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can. I was
Okay.
just making sure you were okay.
Yeah, I'm currently interviewing Bill Burns at City Hall. So I have my
Oh,
radio
okay.
off. I'm 10-6. I announced that whenever I came on duty here, but you may not have heard me. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't hear the 10-6. I was just double checking because I've seen you in the same area for a while.
Oh yeah, no. Thank you so much for the phone call. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, at the moment we're just finishing up the interview with Bill Burns here. So
Okay.
yeah,
Good luck on that one.
definitely. Have there been any emergencies in the last 30 minutes?
No,
Okay.
no, not
Okay.
at all.
Okay, fantastic.
All right.
Well, if are you in the downtown area?
I'm at Legion.
You're at Legion Square. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not patrolling or have somewhere to be, would you like to come to City Hall and meet this interviewee?
I've met Bill Burns.
Oh, you have.
I met him the other night. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys have met. Oh, this is Sazid Sen, Bill.
Yes,
Sazid
I
is.
Yeah,
met
he
her,
came up to
and
me at Legion the other day.
I think Darren was the name, and Logan.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Did you say Logan or Morgan?
Morgan.
Okay,
What?
excellent. Yeah, I was gonna say well, there is someone on our roster, named Logan, I believe, but he's
Oh,
unresponsive to emails.
he met me and Darren when we were both over here.
Oh, he said he might have met Morgan as well.
And
Hartman.
That's
Darren, I
possible,
think his
but
name was.
not at. Oh, yeah,
Darren.
yeah. Hartman was here too.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot Hartman's first name.
Okay, definitely. Listen, I'm gonna finish this interview up, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
That was Sazid.
So,
She just got her FTO status actually with the fire department, so she's actually no, well, no. She's certified to do solo and ride-alongs. So
okay.
yeah, so the process kind of goes: you come in as a candidate, um, and then do some ride-alongs, go through academy. You become a probationary fighter. You do ride-alongs, and we check off your training things. So we'll go through the training in academy for a lot of the things you'll need to know. We might break that up into 2 different sessions, one for medical and one for firefighter, just to make it a little bit easier for everybody in terms of a time commitment. And then once we've got you through the EMS part of academy, as long as you do well in academy and pass all the tests at the end, we'll move you to a probationary firefighter, which means you'll ride along, so you're not certified to be a solo ambulance driver. once we check off the things for that, and you show aptitude at the skills needed for each part of the probationary part, you become a solo full firefighter. So then you can ride solo. Then you go through and you can train to train people. So you get your FTO status, so field training officer status. And then from there are the higher ranks, so lieutenant, captain, deputy fire chief, and fire chief.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you've got my full recommendation to get candidate status and join us for Academy. I'm trying to schedule it for this Saturday. It's kind of hard to, I'm sure you know, schedule things out even 5 days in advance. But I have your email, and I will email you as soon as we get that set up. We will get you in the Discord as a candidate. You'll want to ride along with as many firefighters as you can, EMS as you can. There are a few different ways of going about that. The way I did it was I basically, anytime I was kind of free and, ready to devote a few hours to it, I would wait at Pillbox or at the Davis Fire Department and would wait on an EMS to show up. And then I would ask them if I could ride along with them. We didn't have so much Discord access in the past, so that was like the best way. And there was typically Alfie Nigma was online quite a bit, so it was really easy to just join up with him and ride along.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the way I did it. You can also post to the Discord once you get that status about riding along and see if anybody's going to be online at a certain time. But it is one of those things. It's really hard to schedule because so that's part of the time commitment thing. We don't have a set schedule for coverage right now. We just don't have enough EMS to actually give people a schedule and time slot. It's kind of like what we're really looking for is constant activity on, a week-to-week basis. And we don't have a certain amount of hours you have to be on at this point. We really just need all of the help we can get whenever we can get it. So I wouldn't worry too much about scheduling it, although I would recommend, allotting some time aside the first 2 weeks to meet all the firefighters and to give enough time for your FTO training to actually or not FTO training, for your probationary training to get through that. There's not a set amount of time it takes to get through it. So as a probationary firefighter, you have a bunch of things that you have to show. So CPR skills, driving skills, radio skills, general like field medicine skills, and it's not determined whether or not you'll be on a shift and get one or two of those or get all of them in the first hour of your first probationary shift. So I'd say give it a little bit of time, plan out the first 2 weeks to do if you can do 2 or 3 hours on 2 days. That would probably be sufficient.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
Yeah. When you're a candidate and a probationary firefighter, I would recommend that you maintain a professional decorum and professional behavior as much as possible. If you get a felony, all of this is over. You cannot have a felony and be a part of the fire department. Although I'm kind of an elitist, we still maintain a very, very strong working relationship with both the BCSO and LSPD. So I would hate to I would hate to hear that you got pulled over or ran from the police or something like that, or were drunk and got into a fight or something along those lines.
No, I don't even own a gun, nor plan to, and I've already met Sheriff Morgan, who was helped me when I was kidnapped and held hostage at a bank robbery, and he wished me good luck. Um, when I told them I applied for you to your department, so they've already established some familiarity with a couple members of the sheriff's department. And I don't drink either, and no drugs. And I own a Mini Cooper, which is incredibly slow.
Definitely, definitely. Alrighty. Well, so there's one situation that comes to mind now that I did talk to Sazen. She said she met you. There was somebody who said something. So whenever they met you, that you were jumping out in front of a car to show Sazen what not to do or something. Is that do you remember that situation or?
I remember the situation vividly.
Okay.
There was an incident early in the day where someone was run over by a car because they ran across the street. So I was showing them the what not to do and what to do when walking across a busy intersection.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when looking both ways, no issue, and then when just darting into the street, I was struck by a vehicle to demonstrate how simple procedures when encountering a busy intersection can save you from harm.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
And and she did a great job treating my injuries. And yeah, that's it.
okay. Well, yeah, I just wanted to ask about that. Somebody mentioned it whenever I said that I was scheduling this interview with you. So, or someone, or I think Nigma told me to schedule the interview with you and reach out to you yesterday. So, and I think they said to ask about it or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's great. Listen, I don't have all of the access that I need right at the moment. I'm going to pass, you know, my recommendation on to Alfie, and he will get back to you as soon as he can. Okay?
Okay. And
Yeah.
you said earlier that two people were shot that work for our department.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, who uh was shot in
It
the
was
leg?
it was Sazid Sin, so the EMS that's on right now, and Alfie Nigma, so the chief.
Okay.
He's not the chief. So I'll just tell you what's happening because it's going to be weird for an undetermined amount of time. The current chief and deputy chief have told us that they're stepping down and passing their roles on. They've named their successors, but they haven't been in the city for a few weeks, and so they haven't had time to pass those roles on in person. So I've been calling Alfie the chief for about a week now. Because it's been going on for about 2. And honestly, I thought the announcement was going to come out yesterday, but it hasn't yet. So just as soon as that happens, he'll be the chief and I'll be the deputy chief. So if you hear me referring to him that way, don't get confused. He's not actually the chief yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that should happen soon. All right.
So is future Thief Nigma in the city at this moment?
He is not in the city at this moment. He was awake earlier, but is not currently in the city.
Okay. And I think you said David is on patrol or
Yes, she is.
okay. So if I meet her, I will see how she's doing.
Alrighty, sounds great. Listen, I've got to run. I'm actually late for an engagement I have to go do. I can walk you out, and I will put all this paperwork away and send it over.
Okay. All right. Thank you, firefighter. That you were.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it. And welcome to the fire department. Just as soon as we can, we'll get you that access. You can't stand these stairs.
Do you need a ride anywhere?
No, I do not. I'm gonna file some paperwork and probably I've got my car out back anyway. Actually, yeah, I've got to go
So
take
do
that
I,
out.
in the garage.
Okay, yeah. Let's just I'll just carry this with me. Oh, this is a bathroom.
Oh, we're in the bathroom.
I very rarely come to this building, and as you can see,
I
there's
was here once to apply for a job.
yeah, there's literally no one here. It's a very nice building, though. Yeah, Bill, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email.
So, at the moment, what do you require?
What do I require?
Should I ride along with somebody, or
Uh,
paperwork need to be processed?
let me get you at least the Discord stuff and get over to Alfie so he can assign you whatever you need to be a firefighter, and from there we'll do ride along. So let me do that, and I'll get back to you on it. Okay?
Okay, so I'll continue bus driver at the moment.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
For the moment. I mean, it may not take that long, but yeah, it might be a day or two before it actually goes through.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I will I'll go work a little bit and then maybe see how David's doing.
Yeah, if you did get her number, I mean, give her a call, ask her any questions that you might have, and yeah, should be good.
All right. Have a good day there, firefighter.
Oh, alrighty, thanks a bunch, Bill. You have a great day. I've got to go. Oh, I need to turn this recording on. Fuck.